You are the temple. Live like a priest. Your body is not just skin and bones. It's a sacred space, a temple where the divine and the human meet. Imagine this. Every step you take, every breath you breathe, is a silent prayer. But most people move through life unaware of the sacredness they carry within. In Hermetic philosophy, the physical body isn't separate from the spirit. It's a reflection of it. Your body is a living symbol of the universe. And just like an ancient temple, it needs care, attention, and reverence. Living like a priest doesn't mean becoming religious. It means living with awareness, discipline, and devotion to your higher self. In ancient Hermeticism, the priest was not someone who only performed rituals. They were guardians of sacred knowledge, protectors of the balance between heaven and earth. You too are called to be such a guardian, but the temple you protect is within you. To begin, look at how you treat your body. Are you eating with mindfulness? Are you resting with intention? Are you moving with presence? Priests don't rush through rituals. They perform them with honor. Your morning routine, your meals, your sleep, your exercise. These are your rituals. Each action becomes sacred when you add awareness to it. Start by purifying your temple. This means removing what doesn't serve you. Let go of toxic food, toxic thoughts, toxic people. Clean your space. Clean your body. Clean your mind. This isn't about perfection. It's about devotion. Just like ancient temples were kept spotless and fragrant, your inner and outer spaces deserve the same care. Hermetics teach us that the body is the lowest form of spirit, and spirit is the highest form of body. This means your body is not a prison. It's a bridge. It's the vehicle your soul uses to experience this world. Every act of self-care, from brushing your teeth to taking a deep breath, is an offering. It's a statement that you value your vessel. Living like a priest also means becoming a guardian of energy. Your attention is sacred currency. Don't spend it on things that drain you. Don't allow negativity to pollute your temple. Be selective about what you watch, what you listen to, what you consume. Just like a temple has doors that only open for the worthy, your life should have boundaries. A true priest listens deeply, to silence, to the heart, to nature. Make space for stillness in your day. Wake up with intention. Light a candle. Take a moment to honor the new day. Before you sleep, give thanks. Speak to the universe, to your inner self, to whatever higher presence you believe in. This is not superstition. It's connection. It's consciousness. You must also keep the flame alive. In ancient temples, priests would guard the sacred fire. They never let it go out. That fire is your purpose, your passion, your vitality. What are you doing each day to fuel your inner flame? Are you learning, creating, growing? Or are you allowing the fire to dim under the weight of distractions and fear? Honor your emotions too. Priests were not cold. They were deeply sensitive. Emotions are messages from the divine part of you. Anger, sadness, joy, fear, they all carry wisdom. Don't ignore them. Don't suppress them. Understand them. Use them as signs to guide your path. Now let's go deeper. A temple is also a place of alignment. The columns, the altar, the geometry, it's all balanced. Your life must be the same. Align your thoughts, words, and actions. Say what you mean. Do what you say. Live with integrity. When your inner world and outer actions match, you become powerful. You become magnetic. Also remember, priests didn't live just for themselves. They served others, but they served from fullness, not emptiness. So give, but only after you filled your own cup. Take care of your temple so that you can be a beacon for others. Living like a priest means embracing sacred simplicity. You don't need 100 rituals. You need a few that you do with your whole heart. A morning prayer, a cup of tea in silence, a short walk under the stars. Small things done with big presence are more powerful than big things done with no soul. Make your body a sanctuary. Make your home a temple. Make your life a ritual. You are the priest, the flame, the altar, and the offering. In Hermetic practice, there is no separation between spirit and matter. Everything is connected. Everything is sacred. And when you live this truth, life becomes a blessing, not a burden. So walk like a priest, speak like a priest, love like a priest, and above all, protect your temple. Because within it, the divine lives. You are never lost, just distracted. You didn't lose your way. You just forgot how to listen to your soul. In a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, it's easy to believe we're lost. But the truth is, your essence, your inner light, your true self has always been there, quietly waiting beneath the noise. You were never lost, just distracted. Distraction is the epidemic of our age. We scroll for hours chasing stimulation. We fill silence with sound, fearing what we might hear in the quiet. We've mistaken busyness for purpose, achievement for worth, and noise for connection. But in doing so, we've drowned out our own voice. Hermetic philosophy teaches that truth isn't out there, it's within. Know thyself, said the ancient initiates, not as a cute saying, but as a sacred command. Because self-knowledge is the gateway to all wisdom. And if you feel lost, it's because you've stopped looking inward. The principle of mentalism reminds us that the universe is mental. Everything originates in thought. If you're constantly consuming others' thoughts through media, opinions, and distractions, you can't hear your own. You've outsourced your truth, but your mind is powerful. When you focus it, you can reshape your life. This is why practices like meditation, journaling, and silence aren't luxuries. They're survival tools for the modern soul. In those moments of stillness, your inner compass awakens. You begin to remember who you are beneath the roles, the masks, the noise. The principle of vibration tells us that everything is in motion. When we're distracted, our energy is scattered. But when we return to center, we reclaim our frequency. Your authentic vibration isn't something you create. It's something you uncover by removing what doesn't belong. Distraction is the static. Presence is the signal. Have you noticed how peace feels like home? That's not a coincidence. It's because your natural state is clarity, not confusion. Alignment, not anxiety. But the world profits off your distraction. So you must reclaim your attention like it's sacred, because it is. Hermetic wisdom invites you to practice attention as devotion, to observe your thoughts, to question your patterns, to respond, not react. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence, because in presence you find your power. You are never lost. The map has always been inside you, but like any sacred map, it requires stillness to read. Distraction fogs the way, but every time you choose silence over noise, intention over impulse, awareness over autopilot, you step closer to yourself. The principle of correspondence teaches us that the outer world mirrors the inner. If your outer world feels chaotic, go inward, not to escape, but to recalibrate. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding with my distractions? What parts of me am I afraid to feel? Because the parts you avoid are often the keys to your freedom. You don't need to find yourself. You need to remember. Remember the dreams that felt alive before the world told you they were silly. Remember the joy of simply being. Remember the sacredness of your own breath. Remember that you are not your schedule, your followers, your emails, or your mistakes. You are awareness. You are soul. You are a spark of the divine. Hermeticism gives us more than theories. It gives us tools. One of the most powerful is polarity. The principle of polarity says everything has its opposite, and extremes meet. If you feel lost, that's the same spectrum as being found. If you feel distracted, you're on the same scale as being focused. This means your return is closer than you think. Just one choice, one breath, one moment of remembrance. So take a deep breath. Let the noise fall away. Come back to the body, the breath, the now. Because this moment, this very moment, is your doorway back. Rituals can help anchor your attention. Light a candle with intention. Speak affirmations aloud. Walk barefoot on the earth. These aren't gimmicks. They're ways to remind the distracted mind that the sacred is still alive, that you are still alive, that you are still here. In a distracted world, awareness is rebellion, clarity is power, and stillness is transformation. You were never broken, just buried, never off course, just overwhelmed. But your truth never left you. Your soul has been whispering all along. It's time to listen again. This is the Hermetic path, not to become something new, but to unbecome everything you're not, to shed distraction, to reclaim your mind, to walk step by step back to yourself. And when you do, you'll realize you were never lost. You were just distracted. And now, you're awake. Your identity is the last illusion to fall. What if everything you think you are is not who you truly are? Your name, your age, your job, your beliefs, your likes and dislikes. These are all layers you've picked up along the way. They help you function in the world, but they are not your essence. They are your roles, your masks. In Hermetic practice, this recognition is essential. The self you defend is not the self that is eternal. The Hermetic principle of polarity teaches that opposites are just two sides of the same thing. Hot and cold, light and dark, self and not self. To know the real self, you must first see through the illusion of identity. We are born into a world that immediately starts telling us who we are. Through language, culture, family, and systems, we are labeled, boxed, and shaped. Slowly, we begin to believe in these labels. We forget that before any of that, we simply were. Your identity is formed through stories. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I'm this kind of person. But who told you that? When did you agree to believe it? Most of our identity is a survival structure, built from pain, reward, trauma, and ego. In spiritual growth, shedding identity is not about rejecting who you are. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. This is not an easy journey. Identity gives comfort, it gives predictability, but it also creates limitation. It becomes a cage. The more you hold on to who you think you are, the harder it becomes to evolve. Hermetic teachings remind us, know thyself, and thou shalt know the universe and the gods. But how can you know yourself if you're busy defending your image? Begin by observing your reactions. When someone challenges your opinion, do you feel attacked? That's identity. When you feel superior or inferior, that's identity. When you judge yourself constantly, that's identity whispering lies. Go deeper. Who are you beneath your name? Who are you without your job, your followers, your appearance? Spend time in solitude. In solitude, false identities begin to fall. You meet parts of yourself that you've forgotten or buried. You see your fears and desires more clearly. Use journaling as a mirror. Ask yourself, What do I believe about myself? Where did that belief come from? Is it true? Who benefits from me believing this? Meditate on your breath. It has no identity, yet it gives you life. Watch your thoughts come and go. Notice how they all claim to be you, but they are just passing clouds. You are the sky. Another Hermetic principle, vibration, teaches that everything moves, nothing rests. Your identity is not static. It's always changing. And that means you can choose to grow beyond it. There's great freedom in realizing that you don't have to be who you were yesterday. You can dissolve old patterns. You can let go of past versions of yourself with love. You are not here to be consistent. You are here to be real. As your false identity begins to fall away, something magical happens. You begin to live from the soul. You act not out of fear or expectation, but from alignment. You stop chasing approval. You start choosing presence. You no longer need to prove anything. You return to the place within you that is beyond time, beyond labels, beyond form. That is the true self, infinite, aware, free. In the end, the last illusion to fall is the idea that you are separate from the divine. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean in a drop. Let the identity fall